Marco and Subeme joining that squad. And for FUT Esports, a very interesting.
This is a map just as seasoned as the Ikaoss on that Heretics roster. We've seen it for quite a while. We've seen it throughout B metas, thrower metas, and now also with Buffalo.
Yeah, it's going to be a real interesting one. Yeah, Frank, I was going to say, for me, a fond memory last year was when Nob Esports were and did win their final playing a lot of tanky boards with the tanky meta, which really favoured them. So no surprise to see that Frank coming out on their side of the field along with me. The EMEA, FUT Esports, with a great shout. Bans are solid so far from me. The Wolves poke the shade, the spike, the M's, and the work.
Yeah, very solid all around in terms of bans. EMEA, first thing I like as well. Back up feels like Frank is one of the ones that's going to be devastating for so many players. Shelly in return then from FUT Esports, who can blame them when you face with the tank one, take one of the best tank guns.
And if you do face against a tank, maybe even round up with another tank counter. He is technically still left open here. We love to see him. Here's left open for a solid mid. And Super Beach is super open in that middle part. You can super shot from it into goal. So having someone who can stand this round there definitely helps. Mo's going to come in. He's probably going to play lane. I wonder who is going to take over mid for FUT Esports. 3 aggressive bowlers, 3 bowlers that want to be in your face.
I love the no pick. We saw it regularly in East Asia, and it's serving EMEA very well indeed also in Raw. So it's going to be a real challenge to work around, especially with that Mogan feed of some great lift back from Frank. Things like that. Sandy going to come in for the Heretics. Look at the first favourite on this map, certainly that can bring home some goods. And we all know how influential that Sweet Dreams and Stun on the gadget side can be. And sometimes, if left untouched, be a guaranteed goal.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Nice wraps from both sides. I will say that Sandy, as you mentioned, in front of goal is incredible. And Frank knows break one map as well. We've only been able to dash about, use that ability to the best of her ability. And Shelly really got to work powerful with that. Frank needs to knock it up.
Okay, well, let's see. It's one of the most long-awaited debuts of any player in the BSC. How will Guesti fare? He's playing on the Shelly, the top left-hand side, so he needs to break open as much as he can. If he can get some good value early on, that Frank will have nowhere to go on the side of Heretics.
Well, nice little gadget there from Ikaoss. Actually affected both of them in AngelBoy and Guesti on the left-hand side. So really nice stuff from him. Marco will go and claim that lane. And it's going to be hard for Shelly to push back into there, to be honest with you. You don't want to be feeding those sandstorms over and over again, and especially when something like a Frank can fly under the radar.
Good dash from AngelBoy, but now being scrutinized and forced away there from the Brood Sands of the Sandy. Marco gets a nice pinch between Ikaoss and Guesti. Nob comes in. A great defense from that boy. That was going pretty much the way of Heretics there, so a good interception.
Yeah, really nice as well. Had to kind of force that super out from Ikaoss. And Guesti's going to go on the right-hand side. Finally get to that matchup against Subeme, but Marco will be there waiting for him. AngelBoy coming aggressive now, super used as well, trying to cycle it out, gets another one back, and Subeme sent back up into the air again. AngelBoy actually gets caught around the left-hand side of his gadget, sorry. And Guesti breaking up some of these walls, keeping Marco at bay.
1 TP2 outside of the windmill. And that was all it took for Subeme to capitalize. Very passive game so far. Both sides know exactly how influential just a bit of feeding can be for their opposition, so I like them being resourceful in that regard. But it could be go time if the Heretics. Subeme's also got hypercharge too, and there's a Frank with the buffies. We know just how much that can do to score your goal.
Yeah, Marco just can't get within range of Guesti there, doesn't want to overstep either by trying to push a bit further up and feeding him hypercharge. AngelBoy, another gadget. I think he was maybe trying to bait the super there. But didn't come out. There's the stun on the right-hand side. Guesti going to go straight for him and get the super off, but he's going to be faced with a Rude Sands, which actually might kill him. Just narrowly survives. A couple more ticks would have been the nail in the coffin, but Nob traded out by Ikaoss, and he's doing a good job of keeping his team in this mid.
Yeah, important taps there, landing 2 out of 3, and that was enough to secure the kill. Super out the elbow. Look at AngelBoy popping up there with the hypercharge, continuing to cycle these kicks, and that should be, oh no! A pixel to the right! That should have been a goal! Team Heretics off the line. Get a second chance at grace.
The thing is, I do think it was a tough angle, and I genuinely think if it was going in, it might have been saved by Subeme off the line, so had to try and get it right in the corner. Still into overtime here. Nob's going to want to try and get a super because he's got the hypercharge in hand. Same with Guesti, same with Marco. They're going to be the deciding factors in this overtime.
It's going to be a tough overtime here for Heretics. Subeme definitely going to be having to be really on his A game. Oh my word, Nob goes surely, and it's a team wipe for Esports. Nob taking no chances, scores it. Team Heretics cannot afford an overtime, that is clear.
Well, it's very 50-50, to be honest with you. One lane was won by FUT, one lane was won by Heretics, and in the end it was just who had more hypercharges and managed to get them at the right times in overtime. So a good start for FUT Esports. Guesti looking good. Really solid stuff from AngelBoy, being able to dominate and dash and use those hypercharges to the best of his abilities to put FUT in that position in the late game.
Now, AngelBoy going pretty aggressive early on. I quite like it. The windmill gadget to hand, allowing him just to be a bit more further forwards. Nob really getting much towards a potential superhero as well. This is bad for Heretics. Now a knockback gadget there by Ikaoss, but surely this will be a goal. Guesti with a lovely angle there in the first opening 30 seconds of play. Heretics looking pretty weak in that regard.
Yeah, really good from foot. Solid stuff overall. And forcing that goal in early. Just great synergy across the board to win their one-on-one matchups over and over again. Guesti will be feeding the super of Marco, but they're going to try their best to keep them out. And Guesti continuing his run forwards. AngelBoy waiting for the ball, but Subeme might be there as well to stop him. Good shots, and he evades nicely to stay alive.
Yeah, Ikaoss being rewarded by his accuracy for sure. Oh, didn't quite land that one. That was quite pivotal there, maybe. Subeme breaks the entirety of the right-hand side. Not sure that would probably dwell well for him, more for Marco. He's looking lanes now, pushing forwards. One thing's for sure, Heretics do need this goal.
Absolutely, they've still got a bit of time. Guesti trying to push out on the left-hand side, baiting a few shots from Subeme, and just his presence is pushing them back. In goes Nob, but he's going to be able to switch straight back out this form and maybe do a Marco. Good kill from Guesti, following on with the hypercharge too, but a forced gadget from Ikaoss. AngelBoy still moving forwards, gets the kill, but Nob not going to be able to force that one in. He goes down, a minute on the clock for Heretics' answer.
For esports with 1 game and 1 goal ahead, Team Heretics need this moment to count. 50 seconds. This for esports looking continuing to go on the aggressive as AngelBoy exploding onto the map, leaving just Marco all alone to defend this on his own. It's been for esports to claim the first set in convincing fashion.
Yeah, really nice from them, and I love that from AngelBoy. He's done it in a couple of games now, those hypercharged supers. Just dragging them forwards onto these brawlers that are going to be good at the close range. Lovely stuff from FUT Esports. Seem calm, seem composed, have a great draft, and I think Guesti, really good start. Stat-wise, in terms of kills, it's not that far apart.
Academy team to qualify for the finals.
Had a few sketchy moments in that game, to be honest with you. Their backs were heavily against the wall at certain points, but definitely did a good job of making it all layers to Heretics who were a bit more smooth sailing, so we expected them to go with a bit more fight, but after beating Navi 3, I was expecting them to do really well as well, because Ikaoss and Revenge with all teammates. Bandwise over the goal angle, despite the rocks, and actually into that third. Roller inside the grey comes in as Heretics' first break with the squeak, and then the FUT Esports fan is going to be EMEA, Pierce, and Ricky.
Good to see the PS fan here. That's probably my go-to brawler on this map in the current meta. Let's see how FUT Esports want to approach this start. RT as well, very much what we kind of saw previously today. The EMEA flavors really shining through those 2 brawlers for me. Leandro, Tyrus, AngelBoy, who can forget back at LCQ in 2023, such a solid player on that very brawler himself. So I want to see him really pop off if he is playing that AngelBoy pick. On the side of Team Heretics now, chance to combine with this grade, maybe even some cheese to come through as well.
You know what I think about that.
I know you feel about that.
So I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to carry on just going to come in Team Heretics to add to their side. Wouldn't have been what I was expecting, but still can come through. I like what FUT Esports have got. We saw the RT being played by SK Gaming in the previous set. It was with the rough, so he kind of got his hypercharge a little bit easier, but has moments, great taps and wouldn't stop all on. Same thing we said on the break. It didn't get the victory in this first series, but I think it was a standout role from his side.
I think that's quite a big story because FUT Esports is still committed to the RT despite the rough span. It seems like we're going to continue to go for it regardless. I think Team Heretics did pretty well there to read that through laser and try to take something off the table. Bell. Again, not the flashiest, but still very, very solid. I think that mark very rightly would be good to apply in this regard for the RT, but can be eradicated as well going to leg form, so as we consider also to like really about that, it's a second pair of hands, but it can get a lot done, especially in maps like this where you've got to eradicate the bits of bush, and there is areas in the mid, it can be quite claustrophobic when the gas comes in on this map.
Yeah, I will say, FUT Esports definitely have the range here, but if they kind of step out wide even the smallest bit, they're going to be punished by that walking cane of Grey. Bring them into range and be able to hit a TD can be a big thing for them. So I think it's, yeah, again, a pretty good draft from both teams, solid for both sides. Well, Heretics desperately need to get this in.
Well, FUT Esports, so far, no signs of slowing. Will that be a difference maker here? Team Heretics do need to find their footing, that's to say the least. So, already claustrophobically pushed into this back left corner. Not a great start. I mean, Team Heretics just basically gave up positioning power, but Guesti almost went down there, almost overstepped, stayed alive at 100 HP.
Yeah, so low. Both teams trying to enforce a 2v1 on either side, but Subeme not going to have the range that Nob has to kind of prevent that in this situation. He's just sitting back in the grass, they don't know where he is, and that's going to be a good break there as well. Follow-up shot from Guesti too, but this is a wonderful position for FUT Esports, and I don't know how they let this happen.
Yeah, it feels like Heretics want to be here as well. Missed mark by Ikaoss. That's a rarity there. Allowing a bit of a walk-through for himself and Marco. Reverse polarity used there as well. All 3 members of each side standing until then. Nob finds Marco, making it a 3 versus 2 in favor of FUT.
Yeah, tapped again, and Ikaoss one shot now, and he'll go down as well. I don't think Subeme's found that much damage, to be honest with you. 2, maybe 3 shots. Should be just a couple off of it, but still doesn't get the kills or hits to get his super. All 3 supers for FUT Esports, and yet again, looking really good.
And so far, it's not even close, is it, really? Except for that one moment where Guesti almost went down and overstepped. Nice break there from him, but it might actually be maybe more in favor of Team Heretics. They're just so far back, but they find now AngelBoy. That's really the first moment that they've had to breathe.
Yeah, big overstep from AngelBoy there, and you see Nob just rotating over to the left-hand side, because if Subeme TP's on him, he's going to be completely fine. Guesti getting tapped by Ikaoss here, but he wants to try and bring this back. There's the pull forwards, but didn't choose to follow up with anything just yet. They know they can try and win this in the late game, because it's a 3v2.
Well, at this rate, Team Heretics, they do win this round. We had a bit of a disadvantage coming in, because Guesti's done some good work breaking those bushes. Reverse polarity not going to connect. And so far, Heretics playing it cautiously to not feed in. That RT hypercharge is the concern. Nob pulled in by the Walking Cane, but staying still alive. This could turn around. It's not an easy one for Heretics to do under the circumstances, but now it's the gas. As for esports, will admit defeat for this round.
Yeah, nice stuff there from Heretics. They managed to get that kill on AngelBoy, and they, yet again, had that position where they had them pinned. But a little bit of an overstep from AngelBoy did get himself killed. Guesti, hypercharge on the right-hand side, should put him in a good position to win this Bell matchup. And a wonderful tap early on from AngelBoy, but as the same as last game, he was getting some good taps and got punished quick.
Nice mark from Ikaoss with the hypercharge. Now Guesti is in a perilous position, but Subeme now outsteps himself, and 2 versus 3. Heretics are already quite fumbling this at the moment, and now what can Ikaoss do all alone? It's just going from bad to worse, but esports are only climbing in confidence.
I mean, I'd like to mention that he did just TP directly into a rocket. I don't think he was even aiming there, to be honest with you, but nice stuff from FUT Esports nonetheless. Heretics do seem a little bit lost at times, I won't lie. They've had a few good shots, a few good kills, but the 2 rounds that FUT won, it was domination.
Yeah, it really was. I know for AngelBoy, wanting, I'm sure, a grand finals appearance with Humble, as we've seen a lot of chatter on social media from him recently. That wouldn't happen until the grand finals if Humble were to win all of their matches. But for me, Heretics, they're so far behind. Their head's not in the game right now, and again, already in this back spawn area. I mean, it's just really quite hard to watch.
Yeah, it really is. Well, Marco getting hit hard as well, and AngelBoy might be looking for that piercing shot. Little break there as well. They tried to kind of time that perfectly together, and Guesti not going to find anything there. He evaded the Walking Cane, 2 down the right-hand side, and he's still putting up a big fight on the RT here as Nob, and kept them both back quite well.
Big rocket rain there from Guesti. Oh, look at this. Both sides toppling. Ikaoss is low though, and there's a great rocket from Guesti. And now he will stay standing. 2 versus 1. FUT Esports firmly in control at this moment in time. And ready for this round, Subeme. I mean, he's got such a battle here. I just don't see how it can be done.
Yeah, Subeme's got a dream, but it's not going to happen. Quickly shut down then by FUT Esports, and I'm not going to lie, the Brock kind of did get AngelBoy killed by breaking the only wall that was keeping him alive, but they had a plan, they did well, and kind of executed it in the long run anyway, making that a 2v1. Ikaoss going to get caught out on the right side, and that's too many times that he's fallen. And Marco's going to be joining him too, and I don't even know what to say.
It's not even close.
Oh, speak for me.
I was going to say, I've never seen you speechless. Trav talks is now Trav's mute. Are you good?
I don't know if I am. This is just absolute night and day. We had such an incredible game for the first series of the EMEA monthly finals. 3-2, a massive upset. And it doesn't even seem like Heretics are in this game.
Yeah, they are all over the place. And as the sets go on, FUT's confidence will only grow. It's just like they're just walking into shots. I mean, quite literally in their last game as well. And it's just like they've always admitted defeat before they've started. It's such a weird thing to see.
Yeah, it really is. DPS-wise, I mean, we don't expect too much on Knockout, to be honest with you. Fighting this next set with 2 rocket teammates, he said he had faith in them. He thought he was going to make it better, and he thought that they were going to make it better in turn as well. But we get to see that at the moment, as it does seem to be the sign of FUT Esports are really over it, and they get pierced in.
Yeah, Ring of Fire, that's a very, very good start. Team have short. Pogo, Mortis, Amber, Ems, Finks, and Ems don't land out by Team Heretics then. I'll still leave some good options. Spike is going to be the pick for me from Team Heretics. That'll be a good help. Yeah, it makes a ton of sense. Good insurance policy protects the game, and good range also, and the ability to be able to have something on zone as the deterrent for the objective.
I mean, that's the thing. How many times did we see Spike pop up yesterday to see him really not showing too much today?
And that will
yeah, exactly. They're very different here. It seems like we were kind of letting slip through a bit more in the East Asia region, whereas here in EMEA, they like to keep more of a wrap on him. And they're going to go along with it as well. I like that. We've seen some great things, and no surprise after seeing it in the first set, taking it away from AngelBoy.
Frank is banned here. I think FUT Esports are good playing for Spike. We've seen crazy things in the announcements about these. People just don't seem to be scared of it. But just for me, it feels more like a team doubling down on the idea to have the best counter alley or attack your idea. Now, realistically, Team Heretics can consider me.
It's going to be tough too, to be honest with you. It really is. And they need some range, I feel. They need range. They need a better defensive measure against Ali that's going to be running rampant behind them. I feel like there's so much still left to be desired for this Heretic side here. So we'll see. What they're going to take 7 seconds until they have to go with it. But Ali is going to be a real thorn in the side here, I feel. They are going to go with it. And that kind of makes it a bit harder for Ali to just jump on everybody and kill them. But Otis is still going to be a real issue for Frank, and Pierce can get those shots whilst he's still stationary. He's going to hit hard.
I mean, no range into Otis. No range. I mean, it's super hard to hit Ali. I just don't see him in Heretics. I was hoping to see him after with big confidence, but really what I'm seeing now is reading the series.
Listen, I really can say that they were going to. So, at the same time, I don't mind it. But Heretics want to put more of a fight, because our predictions are slowly but surely across the board becoming extremely unreliable. And I'd like to see us keep some reliability at least. Subeme in the back lines then, trying to fend off AngelBoy, doing a good job so far. A couple of shots jumped over, and there's another one as well. He's doing wonderful. And AngelBoy survives, and very little of Heretics do.
Look at Guesti as well, dodging these shots. I mean, that's absolutely beautiful. And AngelBoy making light work of Subeme on his alley pick, as you'd expect. I mean, now a gadget nicely done there by Subeme. That was not easy. And objectively, actually, not much in it.
That Pierce shot there, and Ikaoss going to get obliterated with a bit of help from Guesti there as well. AngelBoy sitting on the water here, and a muted Subeme not going to be able to get too much done. He's just going to bounce on top of him there. Lovely stuff. Percentage-wise, it's not that bad. They're still in it, but they're getting no kills.
Yes, child's play. Honestly, possibly one of the most one-sided matches we've seen so far. But it's still not over yet. Heretics can make good on this, but time really is running out. AngelBoy just going crazy. Finally goes down to Marco. But realistically, considering how Heretics are playing, I'm actually surprised it's as close as it is.
I've got to say that's lovely from Marco, to be honest with you, and that pretty much brings it even in terms of percentage. Good clip from Subeme there on the edge of AngelBoy as he was trying to get around that wall, and a wonderful pull into AngelBoy. Now, coming through with the hypercharge in the back lines and a wonderful mute from the Otis before he went down. But Team Heretics still in the lead, but I don't know how.
Marco's doing fantastically well in the zone, being able to dodge and juke his way just to buy time. Subeme now using the HP and the life plant of that spike gadget now. Just being present doesn't really matter about kills necessarily, as long as the time spent is there. And now for esports, they've got a lot of catching up to do. 10% needed. They've got to knuckle down now.
Subeme so low and not really healing either. Marco just about evades that super coming in from the Pierce, and AngelBoy going to go straight towards Subeme here. Might be able to get the kill. Jumps on him once more, but so low, and the Pierce shot hits. Guesti trying to keep them in it, but he's going to miss that hypercharge on Ikaoss again, who comes onto the zone. And Heretics didn't seem in it, but they're playing the objective, and Foot are going for kills.
So close. But is it? In terms of this set, that was very, very neck and neck. But I still feel like the mechanics are thoroughly with Foot. And as time goes on, they continue that. The spawn cycles are not going to be in the favour at all of Team Heretics. And this will just be reverse swept in terms of the set. Foot are going to be so confident about this. But Marco's cooking a little bit better now. Good super already from Ikaoss, and AngelBoy weak on the left-hand side. It's almost 20% for Heretics in the opening few seconds, but now for esports, starting to gain some momentum in the mid.
Yeah, Marco doing well here as well. The life plant thrown forward to keep him in the mix for a bit more time. Subeme just yet again walking onto the zone and dying. But they're getting the percentage. They're getting it done. And that's what Heretics need to do at the moment. Focus on getting the wins rather than the kills, which Foot seem to be doing.
Well, we find AngelBoy nice gadget there for Subeme despite the mute. Now able to push up with the helping hand of Marco, body blocking for him. This is better from Heretics. A hypercharge from Ikaoss as well. AngelBoy, though, in the back lines is lurking, and that's going to be a threat. The life plant will helping hand, keeping Marco and Subeme in the question here. So AngelBoy goes down as well, and Heretics are claiming things back.
Yeah, but the percentage is still so bad for them. They're not getting anything at all. Throws the super out to try and keep Ikaoss back. Guesti's getting hit again. Just about evades that second curveball. And AngelBoy trying to get some work done. Needs to bring Marco down here, who's doing an incredible job. There's the hypercharge on Subeme. He might fall as well. And they're slowly clawing this one back, but Subeme just narrowly surviving in the back lines.
AngelBoy is still on that left, but Marco having super now. Looking to deter things. Nob, low. Good taps from Marco, but didn't get the life plumb the way back. He's having to juke his way around things. Ikaoss the most alive in terms of HP now. He's missing a lot of these shots.
They're just walking on. That's all they need to do at the moment. Just continuously walk forward. AngelBoy's not going to be able to kill Subeme in time here, and Marco a bit of assistance. There's the gadget again, and he's just staying alive time and time again. This is going to be a Heretic set. To be honest, for the start it didn't feel like it, but that one felt a lot better for Heretics.
It felt better, but is this just delaying the inevitable? That's my reservation there. regardless for Heretics, they needed a lift. They needed something to be able to discuss between matches that would give them at least a glimmer of hope. But there's still so much work to be done.
It's the stat here now. As you said before, we're heading over to bridge to bar now. The Heisen are talking about winning your lane. We talked about it before in the match SK versus EMEA. We usually see at this turning point the team that finally has won a set, starting to get better. They finally found their stride. Do you think Bridge can claim this one for you to block today?
I mean, there's absolutely a possibility. Team Heretics absolutely seem more in that than they have in the past two sets. So we're seeing improvements to them set after set after set. But they still need to win a row against a esports team who so far, in my opinion, has been dominating. Yes, might have a few issues with wrapping up previous set. But esports, if they get a little bit more here, I think they're going to be perfectly fine. Heretics starting things off with an alley, and then over the other side, they see the Otis and the shot for esports.
Love that chuck pick, but Cornelius is still open. Team Heretics having someone sitting back like that. Go away, Nanny, though, can come in. Interesting stuff. Not even going to have an answer for the chuck. Maybe trying to go run it down and, I mean, what the worst idea is extra credits for the 8 bits. I don't think they're trying to do a base race. They're going to have a damage boost between helping handed. I mean, where's the value you can be able to overrun down the field? I think they're playing a risky game here.
With Heartbreakers picks in Team Heretics' new second, what they want to play. And of course, also Roman can walk on water, or rather dive below it. So I think we'll Bridge to far here, coming in as the last pick for esports. We did have no results for which did fairly well for them. Trav, so I feel like that's something to take, something for defense with that Otis, Mina. Which is an interesting pick on such an open map, but with where she is in her momentum, I'm sure she's going to still do well. Chuck for me always kind of a timer. He will eventually do damage to your save. You can't really prevent it. So I like to just go with more DPS, quicker, faster, young and safe, and I think that's what Team Heretics is trying to do here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been very good so far for Falling Grab. Mina was solid as he said before. He was doing so much of being the aggressor. This is not a map where you'd usually see her, and that's why I question it just a little bit. Marco here playing through the mid, long jump towards their opponents. AngelBoy needs to set up some of these posts and get going to really get the damage in.
It makes perfect sense to target him really much at the beginning outset of things. The faster the chuck can get set up, the shorter the game will inevitably be. You are effectively against the clock as soon as chuck is starting to whiz down towards your save. So a good start from Heretics in that regard already. 25% of time in a damage boost down for Subeme. Already immediately taken care of as well there. So jump straight back in. Onto the 8-bits will still demise. I think now chuck can't be far away from being set up.
Yeah, really nice move there from Nob as well. Just had to wait for him to get those kind of jumps and ammo out the way. Lovely super there from Guesti as well to stop Ikaoss from going forwards with that TP. Still, a lead at the moment for Team Heretics, but they've got to be very cautious about this chuck.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of damage. A great windmill there from Guesti will deter a little bit away from Subeme. Now being aggressed from his left-hand side. It is neck and neck, but Heretics have got to keep up the damage rolling in because the chuck is a menace on the side of foot.
Yeah, really nice here. Ikaoss on the right-hand side in the bush. There's the fat splatter just keeping him back for now. That's 8% left, then AngelBoy will get it done. They were being dominated for the first half of what we saw of that game. As soon as those were up, they knew they couldn't overcommit, which is what they were doing, and it was working. Overcommitting, getting the damage was working for them. But as soon as the chuck's there, getting damage, they have to split that, and they can't match the damage.
And Heretics approached it the right way, really focusing their attention onto AngelBoy, delaying that chuck setup. But they have not drafted a defense for it, so they have to really get this game done as quickly as possible. The longer it goes on, the more it only favors foot.
Yeah, well, good kill early on as well, but Guesti will get that one and pop up a shield there too. Ikaoss gonna fall as well, and Nob picks up the mid. Couldn't have really asked for a better start in terms of positioning now for FUT Esports, but they are still about 15% down.
Marco tanks some nice shots there, saving the safe. But again, it's AngelBoy on this chuck that is going to be the problem. And Team Heretics are slowly advancing, but not getting enough damage. There's one safe crack, but chuck is going to do that in one single swoop.
He set up so early here as well, like there was really no fight for it. And now he's going back and forwards. He can do this over and over again. Marco will pick up a kill. Nanny will TP down the right-hand side, but it's going to be so hard to manage. Guesti going for Subeme as well, and he gets that kill. That's going to stop a lot of DPS coming forwards. And chuck straight back the other way.
Second safe crack inbound for FUT Esports, but in the meanwhile, Heretics have one of their own. But look at this damage raining still in by FUT. They're almost on their final crack, and Team Heretics are nowhere to be seen.
Well, AngelBoy there again, going for the safe once more, gets the final crack. Team Heretics up top, aren't even defending now. They're trying to base race it, but they're a crack behind. And 8% down the bottom as well is not looking good, as both the Mina and the chuck get the job done for FUT Esports in a 3-1 against Heretics.
A very, very convincing one for FUT Esports today. Guesti did so well for his debut, I've got to say. That was my only reservation, and I'm glad they proved me wrong in that regard. Heretics were nowhere.
6-1, it looked like they were getting dominated, which isn't always the best thing in the world, but they were playing the objective really well in that set. This one, I mean, you can just see 128,000 damage on the safe by AngelBoy as soon as he got set up.